Hey everyone, welcome to my video. So today this video is all about getting ready for an important birthday dinner. No, it's not my dinner, it's a special friend's mother's dinner, and so I'm wanting to dress up appropriately for the event. So my definition of appropriate is I know sometimes different generations can have different values, especially when it comes to appearances. And so me, I'm Generation Y. I believe this is baby boomer. Too much makeup can send the wrong message, and even though, you know, other people might look at your makeup and go, wow, that looks amazing, look at all the talent there, sometimes it can actually backfire and you can look overdone, and I don't really want to be in a position where I'm perhaps not looking the best or putting out a vibe that I'm not intending to put out. So tonight I'm going to go into what I hope to be a very classic makeup look. And yeah, so I thought I'll start off by showing you what I do kind of before I put on the makeup. So far I've done little things like, you know, just exfoliated, shaved. Perhaps that's more of a psychological thing. Whatever, I did gain comfort from it and I'm feeling nice, sort of a little bit of that self-pamper. And just really, you know, redone my nail polish on my toes, give myself a little pedicure. I will paint my naked nails later on, just something nice and nude, I think. Even though in my mind I'm like sparkle or metallic or anything really, but I sometimes like just to go classy. Preppy is probably a style that I do mostly go towards just because I feel like it does everyone a favor and it's the safest option really. So anyway, what I've done, I've washed my hair. I've had a coconut oil treatment put in it earlier, so that was just me with coconut oil basically, just letting it set for an hour, washing it twice, and yeah, now I've straightened it and it's looking pretty swish. So the next step is my face has nothing on it. I'm going to put on a really nice mask that is going to leave my face really hydrated and glowing. So this is by Peter Thomas Roth. It's a 24 karat gold mask. So it's just described as pure luxury lift and firm mask. So it's the ultimate luxurious anti-aging treatment, pure 24 karat gold and colloidal gold. Help lift and firm, imparts an opulent glow. Peridot re-energizes the look of skin. Caffeine helps tighten the appearance of skin. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really need any tightening and stuff, but I'm looking forward to it. Look how pretty that is. Oh, hi, don't I look ravishing? So this mask is a little bit, I would say silicone-y. It's got a thick gel kind of texture to it. It goes on nicely. I've really got a nice fun glow. And these two little clips that I just got from Priceline help to hold back my hair, because the most frustrating thing is getting your hair stuck in a mask or in anything really you put on your face. It's the worst. No, the worst is when you've got really glossy lip gloss on and you're outside looking fab and then your hair gets blown onto your lips and you pull it off, or even worse, it disconnects from your hair. You're holding your hair that's remains stuck to your lip, and the internal rage is strong there. I thought I would quickly just show you whilst this is setting. I've been applying just more layers of nail polish on my toes as I've been going. Yes, this is kind of varying from the path of prep that I had intended. It is a really fun, you describe it as holographic. If you can see, it kind of changes colour. It's that type of, it reminds me of that type of cover that you'd put on your books when you're a primary schooler, and your books would suddenly be shimmery and shiny and the light would hit at different angles and it'd just look amazing. You can actually buy that in nail polish form and it applies on it straight that way. You don't have to, you know, put a treatment on there or apply, you know, it's not thermal, so it relies on temperature to change colour. This just looks stunning straight away. My only complaint would be that on me it does chip within about several days, but that is likely because I am rough with my hands and I have oily nail beds, so nail polish does not like me. This is on my toes. It looks fab. In terms of my hands, the colour I will be using today is by Sally Hansen. I do believe I got it in a makeup box. So it's just their normal complete salon manicure, oh my gosh. The colour I have is called 500 Pink at Him. So I'll put on about 2 coats. So that's a really pretty colour. And with regards to how I'm smelling tonight, apart from fabulous, is I'm going to be using a sample that my friend got me whilst in Paris. shout out if you're watching. It's by a brand called Maison Francis Kurkdjian. So that stands for very expensive French perfume. It's really hard to get in Australia. You can get it from Mecca Cosmetica. I believe that's the only stockist I've been able to find. So this particular scent from the brand is called A La Rose. So as you can imagine, it smells like roses. What I do to make sure that the scent is really strong is once I get out of the shower and I've patted myself dry, I'll spray it on the neck. I never really bother with the wrists. I find the neck is probably the strongest. And it seems somehow through the point of, I don't know, the water evaporating off your skin, that your pores do absorb more strongly a scent. So I think it wears for a longer period of time. Before I leave tonight, I will probably be putting on a few more sprays. It's just, let me just do it now. Oh, it smells beautiful. It doesn't smell fake or too florally. I do not like florally perfumes. This is on my wish list. I do believe the normal sized, standard sized perfume of this is about $243. Yes, it's on my wish list. If you'd like to buy it for me, I'd let you. So I'll check in again in about 15 minutes when I take off the mask and go with my next step. So it's been like 10 minutes. It's slightly drying. It's a weird sensation on my face, this mask. But so far liking it. So yeah, I haven't really tried it before, but I had heard it is really glowy and it's meant to be good for a night out. Whilst I was trying to harness my time and use it wisely, because when I'm getting ready for these things, time just seems to fly, and then suddenly I'm like, oh no, I need to leave. So I painted my nails. This colour that I thought was, you know, kind of a nice pale pinky nude colour. Welcome to the coral, baby. Can you see? Against my face, you can probably see it a lot better. I'm looking in the viewfinder. Yeah, it's more of a really, really girly pink. I'm kind of glad that I had planned to wear black tonight because it's so easy to clash colours. So, kind of liking this. Mini review on this nail polish. Because it's more of a pastel, and I had assumed it was just a light kind of sheer nail polish. When you do put on a first layer, because of how it applies and when it sets, and because it's sort of a runny, thick formula, strange, it does leave behind a pattern, so you can see where perhaps it's thicker on one section of the nail than it is on another section. So 2 layers seems to be the right way of doing this. And yeah, I might then apply a top coat. Not too sure. All I need to have it last for is tonight. So in terms of needing to apply a top coat for longevity, Anyway, once this dries, I'm going to take off my face. Okay, so my face is now revitalized, looking firmer. Who knows? It feels really nice. Feels like there's been some sort of moisture left behind. So what I'm going to do now is my skincare. So to get rid of those pesky eye bags, I'm going to go and use my Clinique Pet Start Eye Cream. Here. So the thing with this is you're meant to pop this open, squeeze out a little bit of product, with my luck all of it will come out, and then go underneath the eyes. So the moisturizing benefit is sort of enhanced by the applicator because you are massaging out, I guess, any swollenness that you might have if you're really tired. I'm not too tired, and I've had a lot of coffee, so I don't know if I am too tired. Then you just click this back down, and Bob's your auntie. Now the next step in my skincare is I'm using Epiduo. So this is prescription only, and it's got benzoyl peroxide in it and adapalene. It's just for my acne that I get occasionally, but not really anymore since I gave up dairy. So because this can actually bleach my pillow, I have started using this during the day, and yeah, no problem anymore. So pea-sized amount. I'm just going to apply it to the cheeks just because it can be a little bit harsh, so I do avoid the eye area. And then a little bit on the forehead. And at night time I do use a topical antibiotic. And together they are a powerful duo, get it, Epiduo, to help fight against acne. Okay, next step, I'm going to pop on a really nice serum. This is by Chantecaille. If you look up at the reviews online, I think this is about $167 overpriced, but I did buy it secondhand off someone, so yay, much cheaper. So it's called Essence Vitale or Vital Essence, and basically the white stuff you see floating around inside blends up. You can see it sort of goes upwards towards where the applicator lives and blends in with the clear, I guess, liquid gel that's within there. Together they are then joined. So if I squeeze that a little bit, you can see it's kind of cloudy. It's really moisturizing, and I do quite like it. And it smells really fresh. So for my moisturizer, I am using my favorite simple, it's kind of skin hydrating light moisturizer. I'm almost out, so I just and what I've been blending in with this is my Fasali Rose Gold Elixir. This stuff is hard to get a hold of. It is beautiful. It's got gold in it. So what I do is I just pop in a few little droplets. I'm going to pop in a bit more. I've popped in 4 droplets because I'm going to be messing with the pH on my face so that my skin doesn't get overly shiny. That and it's warm outside, and if I have a glass of wine, my face does tend towards being a little shiny. Oh, it smells so nice. If you have not tried the Fasali Rose Gold Elixir, try it. It is it's got like a citrus smell to it, and I'm surprised. I thought it would be bad for oily skin, and it's not. Okay, so the magical step in stopping this oil is not a secret, everyone does it, but it's Milk of Magnesia Philips. It's basically a saline laxative, so it does wonders for your skin though. It messes with pH, so I've actually packed a really strong night cream to put on tonight just because my skin will need it. I pop it into the little cup that you're meant to use, and I use a little cotton pad, and what I do is I pick it up and put on a nice thick amount just in my T-zone. And it's sort of like a little primer, I guess. I will be using actual primer as well, just in the nose. But this stuff is freaking amazing. And if you're looking to buy this, go to iherb.com. Sometimes it's in stock, sometimes it's not. Take your chances, and if it's not in stock, just add yourself to the reminder list. Okay, so at this point I've decided to move into my bathroom. It's where the majority of my makeup that I use on a daily basis lives, as well as that I'm not someone who can really have a battle station away from a wet area. I do find that I like to clean as I go, and yeah, it's just a lot simpler. So primary concern for tonight, I want to have a nice matte skin, so I'm just using everything I know that works. Stuff I usually kind of try and not use on a daily basis because I don't think it's good for your skin, as well as that usually the stuff that works is damn expensive. So I'm going to be using, oh my god, I've almost used it all. Estee Lauder, it's their Matte Perfecting Primer. Yeah, it's probably not necessary with the Milk of Magnesia, but whatevs. I guess perhaps even if someone's watching who does have really oily skin and they find that the Milk of Magnesia isn't enough, perhaps the Estee Lauder will just pop them over the line. So this is a really nice silicone cream primer. I find that it sort of settles in and blends in quite quickly, like it doesn't take too long to absorb. And in terms of how I'm going to apply my foundation, and I'm using, of course, Double Wear by Estee Lauder, best ever. I, again, used about half. Only thing I have a problem with this foundation is that you have to wait for it to come out. So when it comes down towards the bottom of the container, I guess I'm going to have to come up with a solution to try and retrieve it. So I will be using my official beauty blender. I got the bling ring set. Only reason I got the bling ring is because, oh my god, adorbs. But also it sits nicely, so when I've wet it and I'm letting it sit there to dry, at least it's not just sitting on a surface flat. At least there's a little bit of air going in underneath, and it's going to probably dry and reduce the chances of getting any mold. So wet your beauty blender. So as you can see, you know it's ready once it's about double the size, and look how it sits on top now. It's much bigger. So you do want the liquid in there. It does help to apply your product a lot easier, but a downside is you're going to waste a bit of product. It will stay in here. Same with using a brush. I guess the best way to not waste product is just to use your fingers. But that would be going back in time to when I was about 13. So what I do is I just have the beauty blender. And I'll try with this much as a start. Now always remember to blend down, you don't want a line. I do find double wear you can build, but this is already quite a nice base. Yeah, I have freckles, but I don't mind the freckles showing through. That's kind of what my skin looks like normally, so I don't hate my freckles. I might apply a little bit more just because if I do have a glass of wine, I tend to go red. So this time I'm not going to put on as much onto the beauty blender, maybe about half, and probably focus more on the cheek areas because that's my main concern. The only problem with having really blonde hair now is foundation. When it touches my blonde, it goes yellow. Even though my hair is slightly yellow at the moment, I need to tone it. So the concealer that I'm going to be wearing is my Double Wear. So what I'm going to do is just underneath the eyes. I don't understand how those beauty gurus go and paint it all on. I used to be constantly running out of makeup. And maybe just in the corners. Don't really have any acne at the moment, yay. So what I'm going to do now is, I'm not going to bake or anything, I'm just going to blend these in with the same beauty blender. It could be a tad archaic, but sometimes I do also use my fingertips. Now just to set what I have on my face, I'm using my Ben Nye Fair. You probably can't see it. It's translucent powder. What I do is I have a little metal mixing plate and I just sprinkle it on, and this just lives in my makeup acrylic organizer. Only pat on a little bit at a time. Now, the brush that I'm really loving at the moment is by Wayne Goss. It's the number 1. It's a foundation brush. What I basically do is just pick it up, a little bit on the brush, lean forward because powder goes everywhere, and in circular motions just blend it in. Because the bristles are short and long, they're not even, they're not the same length. I do find that it's really good at actually getting into the pores and having a nice clear look. Okay, so a good use of time whilst doing makeup, and time seems to be going really fast like right now, is I'm going to do my brows, but I'm also going to prime my lids at the same time. The primer I'm using for my eyelids is their Too Faced Shadow Insurance 24-Hour Anti-Crease Eye Primer. Easy as pie. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to do my eyebrows with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. And to set my brows, I'm using the normal one I use, which is a L'Oreal Paris Brow Artist Plumper. Color I'm using is just kind of a light medium. Okay, so I find that the best neutral palette for going out and not looking too overdone is my Tartelette in Bloom. So I like it because it is a nice mix of predominantly matte colours with a few shimmers. So 1, 2, 3, about 3 shimmers. So what I'll be doing is I've already got my sticky tape in place so that I'm going to have a nice tight cut crease kind of thing along the sides, but I'm not doing a cut crease on my lids. That's a little bit too much away from what I'm wanting to achieve. So I'm going to be using my Spectrum brushes. They are really good for the eyes, and I do like the oil slick look on the metal section of the brush. I just find that's a little trendy. So the colour where I'll be using all of my lids first off is Rebel. So I'm going to apply it all over, and then I'll apply a shade over the actual lid so that it then makes it not look so dramatic. So now I'm going to pick up a colour Smarty Pants. It's just a lighter brown. I'm going to go over the lid and try and soften down this dark brown. So it looks really good so far. And what I'm going to do is just grab another clean brush and use the white shade Charmer. I'm just going to go above the brown and try and blend it out a bit so the line isn't too harsh, and have a nice breakdown so that there's a little bit of highlight between my brow and the eyeshadow. Now, just to break up the brown and then the lighter brown on the lid, I'm going to go ahead and grab Smoke Show. It's a matte black. I'm just going to dab it into the corners a little bit. There we go. And then on the other side. And then down a little bit just to create a little bit of smokiness. Okay, so I've dragged it forward a little bit, just so now I do look like I have a smoky eye. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Funny Girl, so it is in fact metallic. I'm just going to add it to the little bit more, just in the corners, so that I have more of a lighter look, just because I want to break out the darkness too much because I don't want to look overdone. Okay, so there is the eyeshadow look so far. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just remove the sticky tape. I'm also going to clean up the fallout I've had, and also the eyeliner that I am currently in love with is super fancy. It's Tom Ford. So I saw Tati on YouTube recommend it, and I have to say it's amazing. It is about $80, but if you sort of break that down, you get 2 liners on each side. So one here, very sharp one, and then an even sharper one. It really is accurate. It dries quickly, so you can go over it, and I do find that the worst thing that you can have in an eyeliner is when it's sort of diluted and you don't get a perfectly black line straight away. So okay, here's a close-up of what my eyes look like so far. Well, pretty much they're finished. I don't use falsies. So I just want to do a shout out to Max Factor for their Masterpiece Max Mascara. Freaking hell, this stuff works amazingly. It's a really sharp, sort of rubberized wand, and I used it on my lower lashes, and it's really separated and highlighted them. I did have to clean up a little bit just because shaky hand, getting stressed about being on time. So that's my eyes done, and now I'm going to do a shout out to Revlon. Oh my gosh, all these Priceline brands. It's their new Sculpt and Highlight Contour Kit. I picked it up during the makeup sale recently, and it also at the time as a promotion came with a free brush, and I thought, how good can it be? But oh my goodness. So you've got a few powders in here. You've got Banana, Glow, Bronze and Sculpt. So I kind of find that the colours I've used the most so far have been the Sculpt, because I'm using it more for just giving my contour along my cheekbones a bit of a go. So I find that it's actually really pigmented, so you grab it and it's like far out. So just like kind of squeeze your face forward and find your highlight area. So that would be along here. I find I can also feel where my my bone is, and at the hairline just drag down and then blend. So look at that, far out. How good is that? Okay, so that is my cheekbones done. So, I mean, the other colours in there I haven't really played around with yet. I'm not that really fussed by them. It's just that Sculpt colour. Far out. Well done, Revlon. And thanks, Chloe Morello, for actually really doing that video on it, because I think that really made it blow up. So, in terms of my preferred highlight, I'm still in love with Champagne Pop by Becca. I'm on my second one, and I'm just going to use my Kit contour brush, and I'd usually use this for just doing my cheekbones, but instead I'm going to drag it down on top with a bronzer and get my highlight on. It's funny, make your face matte and then highlight it. Best highlight ever. And then in terms of, oh my gosh, I'm using so many different products. In terms of my preferred blush at the moment, it's actually, I'm gonna zoom out. It's actually from my Hourglass Ambient palette. So this is a new release as well. I love that little pattern on top. It's really pretty, I like marble. And you have a number of shades. I've used mostly the bronzer, the highlight, and the blush. This is the blush I'm using right now. The brush I'm using for this, I think it's a Wayne Goss number 2. Whoa, foggy. I do find it's a really pretty shade for my skin tone. Really pack it on the brush and then try and blend it up into, oh my bad, into the Champagne Pop. So it will be a little shiny. That's okay. I will be finishing off my face with a loose powder. Okay, so I've purposely gone and put on a lot of colour just because it's going to be nighttime and I want it to really show up in the restaurant. I'm now using with an old broken ratchet MAC container just some RCMA loose powder, and with my Real Techniques big brush, just going to pick it up. Try not to breathe it in because I like my lungs. And just go over the T-zone again. And cheeks as well. Okay, so I found that that's really made my face a lot more, not over the top. It's blended everything in, looks nice. The eyes aren't too bad. I find that from a distance, yes, they just look like smoky eyes, and it's not over the top like I really want to do reds and sparkles tonight, but I feel like I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. I look nice, I look like I put in an effort, which is always good. And in terms of sealing this face up so that it lasts the rest of the night, look, I am actually, this is not the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. It's actually an empty container I put in here. It is, what is it? I want to say Ben Nye. It says Seal, and basically I think you can only get it from Scotty's Makeup Supplies online, and it comes from America via courier. Not cheap. But it is insanely good. You will feel like your face is going nowhere. At this point I'm going over the top in terms of making sure my makeup stays, but whatevs. Oh, it's like a combination of what was in there, what's in there now. Oh. Whew. I thought for sure, wow, oh my gosh, this is the first time I'm using it. It sets really well. It feels like I kind of put, how I imagine some girls set their face with hairspray. This is how I feel that feels. Ooh, and it's kind of drying. Okay, so in terms of a lip for the evening, I'm probably going to put on maybe Kylie Jenner, just so that I have one that's going to last long. My only concern about that is that most likely whenever you go out for dinner, you're going to have food with oil in it. And my experience this week wearing Kylie Jenner every day to work is that oil is in everything, and boy, does that really remove your lip stuff. So let me see. I'm going to hold off doing my lips for now and just say this is my look. I think it looks nice. I'm just wearing just a normal black dress. It just stops above the knees. It's nice and modest, which is how I like to dress. I'm going to wear black tights and black suede wedges, and I think that's going to complete my cute look. And I better really hurry up and leave. So thanks for watching my video. Gosh, it's probably going to be a long one. And stay tuned because there'll be more videos soon. Bye for now.